Hey y'all, come on in, come on in, come on in. It's your girl Kim Bella Roxy. Shout out to all my Kim Bays and my Kim Boos. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and like this video, like this video, like this video. It has been so much happening in Chicago, and I'm not gonna let up. Nobody else is letting up. So over here with my Kim Bays and my Kim Boos, we definitely gonna talk about it. I don't even know where to start because it's so much. I already updated y'all on the FBG Duck trial that is going to happen in October. I think it should happen early October. It's going to be a lot going on in October. Y'all know that we also have the YNW Melly case being retried October as well. I believe October 26th. One of those dates in October. A lot is happening in October, but Chicago has been on fire, and it's so much to unravel. And I feel like everybody is having an opinion, which is cool, fine, and dandy, and so are we. But I want to wait till the trial actually starts to happen in order for us to really, put our opinions out there because a lot of people are just saying things based on what they heard and they're not in Chicago, they're just hearing this from the grapevines and things of that sort. So I kind of sit back and watch everything and then I bring it to you guys so that we have the most you know updated situation or story that we can really give our opinion on, which I can bring to y'all and show you guys. I would hate to show you guys so many different blogger opinions because that's what it is, opinions. They really don't know. I really don't know. But today I just wanted to recap the whole situation behind King Von and Lil Durk because we need to understand how it all started and understand the whole story, and then we can give our opinion on if Lil Durk was a snitch or not. Everybody has their own opinion, so I want everybody, all my Kim Bays and all my Kim Boos, to drop y'all comments and let me know what you guys feel. I'm definitely going to let you guys know after we watch this recap of everything. But it's so crazy how so many people can label a person off of so many different people opinions and not actual facts. So here we want to keep everything factual. We don't want to put nothing in people's mouths. We don't want to use other people opinions and then base our opinions off of their opinions. So we just going to take it from the top, listen to how everything unfolded, and then I do want to talk about the things that I have heard, and then let you guys know if I believe that or not, and then we can just just gather it up from there. So let me just go ahead and get into the video. Make sure you guys like this video, like this video, like this video, and subscribe to the channel, guys. We are trying to get on the feed and get into the algorithm.
Before King Von got killed back in 2020, him and Lil Durk were facing a wild attempted murder case that almost put them away forever. And today we're breaking down the entire story. King Von and Lil Durk came up in Chicago and was homies for years. But Von waited a long time before he followed Durk into the rap game. He spent his whole life in the streets and only decided to focus on music after beating the murder case in 2017. When Durk saw that Von was ready to switch it up and go hard in the booth, he signed him to his Only the Family label, and Von took off from the jump. His tracks Beat That Body and War With Us both ran up numbers, but the song Crazy Story is what really put him on the map. The track blew up and has almost 200 million streams on Spotify alone, and it made everyone in the industry start tapping in with Von. He followed that up with Crazy Story 2.0 with Lil Durk in May 2019 and was popping off even more. Durk was already one of the hottest rappers in the game, but it took him a long time to reach the top. Von definitely got a boost just from being affiliated with him, but it was still shocking how fast he was blowing up. Fans knew they could take over the game together, but they almost lost everything right at the start. A month after Crazy Story 2.0 dropped, news broke that Von and Durk were wrapped up in an attempted murder case where they shot and robbed a dude in Atlanta. According to reports, Durk and Von were outside a cigar lounge in February 2019 around 5 in the morning when they got into an argument with a dude named Alexander Witherspoon. It's still not clear what exactly went down, but at some point shots started going off and Witherspoon caught a bullet in the leg. A witness said,
When I hear gunshots, it's a whole nother sound. So I don't hear voices, I hear bullets. I just seen bodies fall.
The police say 18 shots were fired, and a detective claimed,
You see Mr. Banks' arm out the window firing several shots. at the victim, towards the victim.
Durk and Von allegedly knew Witherspoon and pressed him for a chain and $30K in cash he had in his pockets.
He said his chain was snatched off his neck and he had $30,000 stolen from him, and they stole the vehicle he was driving.
But they both denied the charges immediately. Durk was on tour when the news broke, but instead of pulling a Tay-K and doing the race, he flew right to Atlanta and turned himself in. He had an interview with Channel 2 Action News before the cops arrested him. And Durk said,
once I heard, I immediately came back because I have nothing to hide. Like, I have nothing to run from.
He also dropped a track on the same day called Turn Myself In and aired out the situation. He said, look up at the judge, can't look. State making up lies for sure. I'm an innocent man for sure. It is what it is for sure. Nobody gonna ride. Had a warrant so I can't hide. India gonna stay by my side. I did a song with Chance tonight. He give me positive vibes to better my image for life. I turn myself in tonight. Head down with these cuffs on, just read me my rights. Besides the attempted murder charge, Von and Durk were also facing aggravated assault, participation in criminal street gang activity, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. If they got convicted, there was a good chance of them getting a heavy sentence. All of the charges were serious, and what made the situation worse was that they both already had prior cases. Back in 2011, Durk got booked on a weapons charge and served a few months in jail. Then in 2013, he got arrested again when he allegedly tossed a gun in his whip when a cop came up to him. That charge ended up getting dropped after his lawyer found 9 witnesses to sign affidavits, and one of them even admitted that the strap was actually his and not Durk's. Von's list of charges was way crazier than Durk's though. He caught a gun charge in 2012, then in 2014, he was booked for first-degree murder over the death of a college student named Malcolm Stuckey. Von and his homie Big Mike allegedly rolled up on some ops at a party that Stuckey was at and got into a shootout. The ops started shooting first, but Von and Mike shot back and hit him. Everyone who was shooting survived, but Stuckey got caught in the middle and tragically died. Big Mike flipped and agreed to testify, which would have put Von away for life. But right before the trial, Mike decided to stay quiet and ended up with a 28-year sentence while Von was set free. Durk and Von only spent a few weeks in jail on the attempted murder case before they bonded out for $250K and $300K. They both got right back in the booth, and later that year, Von dropped his debut mixtape with a couple features from Durk. While they still had the case hanging over their heads, both of them are blowing up more than ever. The year after they got booked, Durk popped off with tracks like Three-Headed Goat and Laugh Now Cry Later with Drake, while Von was taking over with his debut mixtape and album. With all the momentum behind him in the industry, most fans forgot about the attempted murder charge they were facing. Durk and Von were on top of the game and getting bigger with every track they dropped. But right when it seemed like Von was finally about to focus on rap full-time, he started a fight with NBA Youngboy's homie Quando Rondo and ended up getting killed in Atlanta. After Von died, Durk kept grinding and dedicated his album The Voice to him. He kept it up over the next couple of years, working with superstars like Kanye West, Drake, and Lil Baby. But at the same time, he was still facing years in prison. Attempted murder isn't as likely to get you a life sentence like a murder charge would. But in this case, Durk would have been locked away for life. After the shooting went down, the cops claimed it was a gang-related crime. So Durk was facing an extra 20 years on top of the attempted murder charges. Back in 2021, Durk tweeted out, "Police be on these fake accounts, then boom, you locked up." Fans were worried that Durk was about to get booked again or had some bad news about the attempted murder situation. But nothing ever happened, so it's not clear what he was really talking about. Durk and his fans spent years not knowing how the situation was going to turn out. But in October 2022, they finally got some good news. The Fulton County DA's office announced they were dropping the case against him and said, "The facts of this case have been reviewed and, although it appears that probable cause existed for the defendant's arrest, the decision of the district attorney at this time is not to prosecute. Nobody knows exactly how much evidence they really had against him. But apparently it wasn't strong enough for them to take it to trial." But even though Durk is free and safe from the charges, if Von was still alive, he'd probably be in jail right now. The DA said Von would still be investigated for the shooting if he didn't die, and he was also being investigated for at least 3 murders back in Chicago. Von caught a gun charge in 2012, but now the cops think he killed a dude from STL EBT named Odell that same year. His homie T-Roy was the main suspect for a long time, but a leaked report says that now the police think Von was the shooter. He was allegedly involved with a bunch of other shootings, and some think Von had killed up to 10 people before he died. FBG Duck was murdered just a couple of months before Von died. And in January, a report came out where an FBI witness claimed Von put a $100K hit on his head. 5 dudes from O-Block ended up getting arrested for killing Duck in broad daylight. And according to the witness, Von is the one who sent them there. When Duck died, Von hopped on Twitter and claimed that they had squashed the beef right before he was killed. But Duck's own mom says it was all cap. She also says that Von and T-Roy allegedly took out another dude named Boss Trail.
Von allegedly killed Trail, him and T-Roy. Only the streets know, and only the people who did it know. So that's why I'm saying alleged.
But it's not clear if he was ever actually investigated for it. Duck was one of O Block's biggest ops, and it looked like Von was just trolling with the tweet. And Lil Durk basically confirmed the beef wasn't over when he dropped the track shit of Duck and said, "You come outside without your gun? Little boy, you dumb as fuck. Ain't no quick run to the stove. They pop out, fire you up. I told my PO through the gate that I get high as fuck. She asked me how high do I get. I told her high as Duck." There's a lot of unconfirmed rumors that Lil Durk was involved with taking out Duck too. Right now, it's too early to say how the Rico against O Block will go. But if Durk was involved at all, there's a good chance he'll get hit with charges over it. You never know who will stay quiet and who will work with the cops to get a deal. And anything can happen in a case like this when you have 5 dudes facing murder charges. Some people think Durk actually snitched on Von after he died to get out of the attempted murder charge. There's no proof to back it up, but it's rumored he told him Von was the shooter after he died so he wouldn't go down for it. Even though Durk is clear of the 2019 case now, he can still face some time if they tie him to Duck's murder. There's a lot of rappers being targeted by the police in Rico cases, and they've been after O Block for a minute. If the cops
Yeah, so we're gonna stop it right there because we already know what's happening with FBG Duck, and we are just gonna wait until his trial start and see how everything unfold. I just find it so crazy that King Von was wrapped up into all of these things, and then he loses his life. I do feel like he was a sacrifice. I don't know about what you guys feel about the whole Illuminati talk and the sacrifice talks, but I do feel the moment that you get to a certain level in life, you do have to make some kind of sacrifices to keep going. That's just like the underdogs who are not celebrities or anything. Though these are some sacrifices that we have to make. We do not sacrifice blood in our family and things like that, but you have celebrities, they have reached a level where the sacrifice is different. So that's my thoughts on it. I'm so interested in hearing you guys' thoughts on that. But how do you guys feel about Durk being called a snitch? Because after King Von passed away, the case was dropped. The case was dropped. No, they claimed they didn't have enough evidence to move forward with a trial. But in the beginning, as we all heard, that the judge did rule that there was enough evidence to go to trial. So these two guys were indicted on those charges. However, after he died, all of a sudden there was not enough evidence. I really don't know how to feel because a lot of people is going to put respect on this situation because who we're talking about. However, it doesn't matter who we talking about. The situation is the situation, and we do need to know or need to figure out and get to the bottom of it. Did you tell on Vaughn to get yourself off? Did you sacrifice Vaughn to get yourself higher in the ranking of this celebrity world? Because we all do know, and what we all can, come to agree on is we all thought Vaughn would be better than Durk at the end of the day. I feel like that. A lot of people feel like that. I'm sure some of my Kim Bays and my Kim Boos feel like that as well. King Von would have been way better and past Durk at this point in time if he would have never got himself into that situation. It is so crazy. That's my thoughts on that. I'm standing on that. And I said what I said. I do not know how I feel about Dirk and Von court case situation. I feel like he got a slap on his wrist. I feel like they let him go because they was already or they dropped the charges for Dirk for whatever reason. They will not tell the public the truth or only they know why. I feel like they already knew, okay, let's drop this because we have something bigger coming. We have something bigger coming. And I feel like they're going to tie Dirk into this FBG Duck whole OTF Rico, all of that. Duck will be involved. I'm sorry, Dirk will be involved. He think he's gotten away because that whole situation with King Von is done with, sealed. You don't have to worry about it. However, there is bigger things to be fried, and I feel like that's what they're waiting on. They let it go because I feel like they really wanted King Von in this situation, and they just trolled with Dirk to bring it along just to make it, more of a conflict because of who was involved in the situation. I feel like they wanted to take Von down in that situation with him and Durk, but because he passed, they gave Durk another opportunity because it was something bigger behind what they were building on Durk. They know that the OTF is a gang. They know this. They know a lot of things that the OTF gang members have did. They know this. They know this. They know what role Durk played. Trust and believe. They know there are so many people cooperating with the police around OTF. There is so many people cooperating with the police around the FBG Duck case. They have enough evidence, and we are going to see everything play out right in front of our eyes in October. So there's no need to speculate. There's no need to come up with all these crazy opinions on these guys, because at the end of the day, if it was you, you wouldn't want nobody speaking on things that they do not know about, don't know the facts to. Now, if y'all bringing the facts, I see a lot of paperwork going around. I do. I've seen it. It's a lot to read through. Some of the stuff makes sense. Some of that stuff is in court verbiage, so we gotta sit here and put out what we think this mean and who we think informant number one is, who we think cooperator number two is. It's so many speculations, and I'm not even gonna take y'all through that because I'm sure y'all have seen it. My thing is, what I bring to you guys is what's being reported, what I can actually get my hands on to bring to you guys. I can't get my hands on that paperwork. I don't even know how they getting it. I'm not even doing all of that because I like to see things for myself and let everything play out and then bring it to you guys so we could discuss. We're not speculating over here. We're not doing that. So at the end of the day, this is what I feel. I feel like they had things bigger coming for Durk. I feel like, little baby is, floating through. I don't know what's going to happen with him, if anything. Whatever he doing, he keeping his cover. He's staying safe. He's staying, out of those limelights. But Durk he's already in the limelight. There's no getting out of this. You have to wait and see how things play out. Durk, I don't know what's going to happen to him. We don't know what's going to happen to him. Who knows what they saying about Durk? Who knows if he was the one who upped the money on FBG Duck? Him and Vaughn was the only people really getting that type of money. So one of y'all or one of y'all affiliates or however y'all did the transaction, y'all put that money on that man's head. Not Moab, not the little niggas. They didn't do that. They didn't have no money to put there. So that's not rocket science. So at the end of the day, when they put everything out and give it to us, how everything played out, then we can come up with our opinions. I want all my Kim Bays and my Kim Boos to drop in the comments. What do you guys think? What do you guys feel? I just feel like, in October we're gonna have a lot to discuss. We're gonna have a lot to discuss, and we're gonna take it day by day by day. I think Duck Mom was saying that it's not gonna be public, so we're not gonna be able to see it like the YMW Melly case, which I'm really mad about because I feel like we should be able to see this is a high profile case and we should be able to see so everybody have the same facts. But we will just have to wait and see how everything unfolds. I do not think it's going to be available to the public, but I'm sure plenty of people will be reporting on it. So we will, be here to unfold everything as it's happening, as we get the information. We're not going to go off all these other things that's happening on YouTube. We're going to let that be, but we definitely going to talk about it because Chicago has been in the limelight. They've been trending. These guys are going through it. It's crazy. All the allegations around it is wild. For them to be who they say they are, it's just not adding up for me. I don't know how y'all take it, but that for me is not adding up. You say you this, but it's showing something else. Point blank, period. And we're going to get to the bottom of it when the trial comes. I love you guys. Stay safe. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.